So, welcome, everybody. My name is Becky,
And my name is Larry.
and we are so excited to be here with you today to share with you this beautiful, amazing world of essential oils. These essential oils, they actually they changed my life. And I know Larry also had an amazing experience, but the reason why I started doing doTERRA is I had major food allergies, and I didn't know it. It's food allergies are for those people, not for me. And and I was so sick. I probably had major food problems ever since I was a little girl. When I was in the third grade, I remember I got diagnosed with ulcers in the third grade. And throughout my whole life, I had bouts that were really bad, and then I'd get a little better. And going to doctors and doctors, they were not able to help me. They eventually, the last doctor I went to, he said, Becky, you're making it up. I'm going to send you to a psychiatrist. And I was about ready to strangle him. And and so a girlfriend came into my business. We had a print shop. Did I say that? We had a print
Not yet.
shop. We owned a print shop for 28 years. I love graphic design. I love creating websites. I love doing all that stuff. But it was stressful. And at one time we had 72 employees. We had three shifts going on. We were a big business, and the stress was just, it was too much for my body. And a girlfriend, she came into my business and she handed me a bottle of Digestion essential oil, which is the blend. And that oil, she said, just rub this on your stomach. And I looked at her and told her she was crazy and that no doctor could help me. How could a simple little bottle help me? And she said, just give it a try. And so I gave it a try, and my world changed. I mean, it changed so much that we decided to sell our business and share these beautiful oils all over the world. And Suzanne invited me and Larry to help her with India. And we are so delighted that this opportunity has been much more than life-changing. I don't know, how can you?
Well, it was. It really was because you suffered for years, and we went to many doctors. You went through procedures, and nothing seemed to be working until, Cindy introduced you to that bottle of Digestion.
Yeah, so it was during the economy crash here in the United States, and we were working with the residual of still trying to build our business. And I bought the kit. I went to her house, she shared me the oils, and I bought the kit. And I didn't have the money to buy the kit, so thank gosh for credit cards. And and then Larry, when I came home, when I got that kit, Larry had a bad case of heartburn.
Yeah, I suffered with heartburn, but I always just took over-the-counter medication for it, and it seemed to handle it. But when she gave me, it was a drop of wild orange or something,
Yeah.
and she just put it in the palm of my hands, and I just smelled it, and it was such. I just felt happy. I was going to bed, and usually that was maybe a difficult time for me. I didn't always sleep so well because of heartburn and stuff like that. But I had the most relaxing, deep sleep, and I didn't wake up with heartburn like was I was accustomed to. So that was my introduction to essential oils. I do nothing about essential oils. Just that my first experience was just such a positive one.
Yeah, and then I could not keep the oils away from Larry. I was so
Give me
thankful.
more, yeah.
I mean, I would sneak in and look in the room, and he would be putting on frankincense and putting on all these things. So this is just an amazing journey. And so we just want to thank you all for being here with us today. And in the chat, I would like to hear from, I would like you to type in the word me if you're brand new to the oils, and let us say hi to you and welcome and thank you for being here. We have many leaders that are global leaders on the call here. We've got Natalie and Elaine. I see you. Hi, Elaine. And so if you have any questions, please feel comfortable to put them in the chat. And we're just delighted to have you here. So are you looking for natural health solutions as well? I mean, like, we have many different reasons that we are looking for health solutions, like anything from pimples to a wart on your leg to maybe even serious things like autoimmune disease and things like that.
Mm.
So is there anything that you're looking for? And We want you to feel safe and effective and knowing that these essential oils are super affordable. These solutions are really powerful for you, right, Larry?
That's right. And when you break it down, I mean you're getting like 250 drops or something in a 15 ml bottle. So that's a lot of dosages, and it's just ends up being just pennies a dose.
So you have solutions when it comes to your health. And this is what's so incredible. When I was sharing my story earlier about going to the doctors and going to doctors and not being able to really find a solution for me, you have choices now. And that's why we're here today is to share with you what these choices are.
So, you can have the modern approach, which means you can search for a pharmaceutical or an over-the-counter product that'll help you manage symptoms, like I did with my heartburn. I took a product for years and years, or several different over-the-counter products, just to manage the symptoms, so the heartburn would go away. But it was persistent; it kept coming back, and so I had to keep taking that just to manage that symptom. And unbeknownst to me, those things that I were taking had side effects. Many of them were known, and some of them were known, like, okay, you shouldn't be taking this product for this long, but there was no other solution for me. And the pharmaceutical and the over-the-counter industry is a $6.5 trillion a year that is spent globally on that type of healthcare. But you got to think about it and ask yourself, are we getting any healthier? Is this really solving the issue?
Like when you were talking about the modern approach, really just goes after the symptom. And it's crazy if you stop taking it, that symptom comes back,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's almost like you're hostage to it. And I really truly think that it's not a $6.5 trillion a year. I think it's more than that. I think you have to add a few zeros into that because even after the global pandemic, I just think about how much money is spent on our global on our crisis of our health,
Yeah, yeah.
And here in the United States, we're supposed to be this whole, oh, great stuff about our medical system. And we are like the most expensive with our medical system. And now we're like last in line with actually curing and taking care of ourselves. It's just really incredible. So when we found these oils, it's just really powerful. And what I love about the natural approach is that they actually go after the root cause. That is something to really pay attention here. A lot of times, with your heartburn, why did you have heartburn? Or why did I have food allergies? Why do we have those? And so we want to go and keep asking those questions to go find the root cause. The oils address the body's need. They're so intelligent. They know where to go and where to help service those oils to help support your body and help it feel its best, right?
Mhm.
Essential oils are like our bodies. They're extracted from plants, so they're all made from cells, right? They're not the pharmaceutical world where they're chemical experiments, right? They're actually made from plants, and our body accepts them readily. And it's just so cool to, like, sometimes I'll just grab an oil and I'll put it on, and my body goes, yeah, that's what it needed. And it's just so fun to be able to just feel that. Um, it enhances the physical. And also, I want to talk about the emotional support. When we talk about the word disease or dis-ease, a lot of times we have health concerns because of our emotional health. And there's a whole nother class that we can talk about emotional support. And I'd love to invite you to attend that class as we motor on down with all these other classes that we're going to be doing. What I really love about essential oils is that they're safe. There's no side effects, you guys. I have a lot of people say, well, I'm allergic to lavender, I'm allergic to citruses or something, but you can't be allergic to essential oils because there's no protein in them. And they're just extremely beautiful. I just
Yeah.
can't explain it more.
So we'll be covering today what is an essential oil. How do you use the essential oils? There's three different ways to mainly use them, and then how do you get them into your home, and just learn about them and start using them and making those important oils a daily habit. And so that for me was the fun of being introduced to the essential oils, was learning about the oils, which oil was best for what, and then making them available and learning how to use them in different ways.
And I'm going to be the first one to tell you that you're never going to know everything about these beautiful oils. They're so intelligent. They're just so fun to play with. And that's why we love having these classes is to every time I attend a class, and I know Natalie and Elaine can say the same thing, I learn something new. It's just so fun and all the different ways you can use these oils. And so we are so used to the pharmaceutical world that they tell you you need to take that pill right at 10 o'clock. And if you miss 10 o'clock, you're in big trouble, right? The oils are not like that. They're just so beautifully designed, and your body knows when it needs it.
So pure essential oils are so effective.
Yeah, we love, love the essential oils. Here's a peppermint plant. And we can grow peppermint right outside our back door here. We have lots of peppermint plants. And I know in India, we also source peppermint in India. And peppermint is a beautiful plant. When you take the leaf and you rub it between your fingers, you burst open those oil sacs. You could really smell the peppermint, right?
Mhm.
So this is a picture of a peppermint leaf magnified really large where you can see the thistly hairs on the back of the plant, and they're there to help protect the essential oil. And the essential oil is there to help protect the plant from harmful invaders like bugs or the environmental threats that can happen. And so these oil sacs contain natural aromatic compounds. And when we extract them by steam distillation or cold pressed extraction, we can use these for our body as well. They benefit our body just like they do with the plant.
So essential oils, and this is a really great slide. I've always loved this slide because it shows you the cell. And then the wavy orange line is the essential oil. And it shows you how natural it is and how accepting the body is to the essential oil because it can penetrate that cell membrane and it can work inside the cell to attack that risk without any risk of resistance. And so, that's how it works with the body at supporting our body at a cellular level to address like the root cause of what is really troubling our bodies.
And when we first saw that slide, or that during our class, learning about how the essential oils penetrate the cell wall, I didn't understand why that was so powerful. And as I started learning, that's where our DNA structure is. I mean, that's where all of our whole makeup of our body is. And so when these essential oils can actually get inside that cell and go to work on our body's behalf, it's super incredible when I think about it.
Yeah, and I think just learning and understanding how these oils work is just amazing. So
Okay, so essential oils are super effective. Like seriously, one drop, one drop of a peppermint plant, peppermint essential oil, excuse me, equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. One drop is a dose. And when we think about it takes 3 pounds of peppermint to get into one bottle, one 15 ml bottle of essential oil. That's super powerful. That's
yeah.
like major stuff right there, right? And so when you take a drop, and so we're going to put a drop of oil on our hand, and you could take a drop and put it on your hand. That drop, happens to be lemon oil. Actually, when you rub it in and you breathe it in, that is servicing every cell in your body. And know that that one drop of peppermint is about 7, 8 Indian rupees. That is super affordable. That is really incredible. So doTERRA is super safe because it's so pure. It makes it effective. And when we talk about the most trusted and the most true oil, like this is the best oil you can find in the world. doTERRA is the number one essential oil company in the world. And they are because we do all these significant third-party testing to ensure the purity, that there's no harmful fillers and contaminants in this oil. In the essential oil industry out there in the marketplace, no matter if it's India, South America, wherever, this essential oil industry is the most adulterated, and these oils are adulterated with harmful fillers and contaminants, rendering essential oils ineffective. And a lot of essential oils that you can find, like we flew into a lot of the airports as an essential oil company there at those airports, and you take that oil and you smell it, and it just smells like a chemistry experiment, right? Really super strong. It gives you an instant headache, it seems like. But our essential oils, there's no harmful fillers and contaminants in it. So you can truly trust our oils. So each oil we do at least 60, and some oils we do up to 100 and some different kinds of tests on those oils to ensure that there's a true pure essential oil from that plant. So in this picture, you see that there's different grades of essential oils. We have the synthetic kind that I just spoke of, perfumes, all these other kinds. We also have food grade oils, such as like olive oil or avocado oil. And even those can be harmful to your body because they put harmful fillers and contaminants in them. You can tell, like with an olive oil, by putting it in the refrigerator. And if it separates, that means it's been filled with other stuff to help that oil be really cheap. And you know, how many of you guys go on to the end of the store and you buy the cheapest one, right? Well, sometimes that's not the best thing at all. You can assure with the certified peer tested grade logo. doTERRA coined that phrase. They created that third party testing to raise the bar of the quality of essential oils in the marketplace. No other essential oil company can even come close. We are very transparent with all the testing. You can look at the bottom of each bottle, and there's a code that you can actually take that code, type it in on a website, and it will show you all the testing and the rating that that particular batch of essential oil did. So this is very transparent. We want to show you that this is true and trusted. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of our friends in India, there's a lot of trust, lots of things you can't count on, and you can definitely count on doTERRA. So how do you use essential oils, Larry?
Well, the first way you can use essential oils is aromatically. And that's the easiest way to introduce people to essential oils. What we do with people when they come to our booth, we do a farmer's market every Saturday in the spring and summer. And a lot of times we just people don't understand essential oils or never really experienced a pure essential oil. And so we'll give them a drop of peppermint and let them experience. It's the funnest thing because it's such a powerful experience when they breathe that peppermint oil in and they really get that focus and that clarity and it clears their airwaves and stuff like that. And so that's a powerful experience and it's fun. The other way aromatically that you can get the oils for hours and it really will fill up a room is to use a diffuser like we're doing now. And you can see you just put water in it and it cool diffuses it and you just get that oil mist into the air. And it's a wonderful way to experience the oils and get the benefit of that particular oil.
And we've had this diffuser since we joined doTERRA 11 years ago. This diffuser is doTERRA's diffuser, and this one only goes up to 4 hours. But the diffusers that doTERRA has go up to 12 hours like this.
Well,
And it's just so you can turn it on in your bedroom. You can use oils to help you sleep. You can use them in your study when you're trying to study for that test or at work. And or maybe you have some cooking experiments that didn't go
yeah,
so
it's
well.
wonderful to use in the bathroom, the bedroom, when you're sleeping, even in the bathroom and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll find out once you get into the essential oils, you'll end up with multiple diffusers.
I said, you don't sell me all that stuff, and now I have one in every room, right?
Yeah, a lot of diffusers.
Um,
The other way that you can use the essential oils again is aromatically, and I explained peppermint there, and that's a wonderful first oil to start people off with because it is we've never had anybody that didn't have a really positive experience, experiencing peppermint just by putting it in the palm of their hands and breathing it in.
And I think peppermint is probably our top selling oil in India. So I think because it gets so hot, like I was talking with one of our members here on the line, she said it's super hot in India right now. And so what you can do is you can take a little spray bottle, put some peppermint in it, fill it up with water, and just use it as a nice mixture. Peppermint can lower the body temperature down quite a bit. So it's a very good coolant for the body. So that's something else
My
to
secret
consider.
with peppermint was that when I go to the gym and work out, I always had peppermint with me, so I always started my workout with peppermint because it really cleared my airwaves and really helped me get focused and energized. And people would come around the gym and going like, "Where's that peppermint smell coming from?" And that would be me. And I would have it in my pocket, and I would say, "Do you want a hit of this?" And most times people go, "Sure."
It is super energizing, so it's a real perfect oil to use before a workout because it's oxygenating all the cells in your body and getting them happy and moving. So
Yeah.
perfect oil for that. How about topically, Larry?
Well, topically is great because you can put it on an affected area. So, like if you have muscle aches and pains, and that's what I suffered with, a lot of joint aches and pains as I got older. I got arthritis in a knee, and I would oftentimes get muscle cramps and stuff like that. And so you can put it right on the affected area, and sometimes within minutes you're getting relief. And that's one of the amazing thing about the oils that I love, and one of my second favorite oils is deep blue. And there we go. There's deep blue, and the great thing that doTERRA has done for us is they've made it in a cream. And so the deep blue rub is one of the most popular items that doTERRA has. They make it in a stick so you can roll it on so you don't have to get that oil or that cream on your hands.
Rule,
But
come. Yeah, yeah, like she has to know. He's
yeah.
thinking, Saita's thinking.
And then you can also get it in the oil, so you can apply it that way. And so it's really, I mean, for alleviating, intense muscle joint aches and pains, there's nothing that's worked any better for me than Deep Blue. And believe me, I've tried all the over-the-counter products over the years.
Yeah, and this also is a big, huge seller in India. People love deep blue. So many hard workers in India, and I think that this is just a must-have go-to oil. Okay, what else do we got here?
And then the third way you take essential oils is internally because they are CPTG. They're certified pure tested grade oils. And we can use these oils internally. Lemon is an oil I use every day, every morning. I get up, I get a glass of water, and I put a couple drops of lemon oil in it and drink it. And it's so good to help us detoxify our bodies. And so I learned that when we first started doTERRA, and I was going, God, that's great. How do I make this available to me? Where do I keep it in my house so that it's right there and I can use it? And I put it right next to the refrigerator. So I get that glass of water, my lemon oil's right there, and I use it every day.
Well, and my favorite is using the MetaPower essential oil. And the MetaPower essential oil's got lemon in it, right? It's a blend, and we'll go over that just a minute. But did you talk about how to drink this oil?
Oh, so always in a glass. You can use a stainless steel container too, like that picture right there is, most of us have water bottles we carry throughout the day. And don't, if you have a plastic one, I would replace it with a stainless steel one. Or if you're in your house, use a glass, but never plastic because lemon oil or any citrus oil will break that plastic down because that's what the constituents in the oil will do. And
And
that's how it really helps us detoxify to our bodies.
yeah, so like in a coffee cup too, like a porcelain cup,
Yeah, ceramic's good.
I like to take my tea or coffee and I'll put On Guard in there, which is another oil we'll do. So you can do lots of different ways.
It's so wonderful. You'll learn so many things. Like, drop in a drop of cinnamon in your coffee
Oh,
is what I love to do
super
too.
awesome. That's okay. So MetaPower, just like I spoke of a minute ago, MetaPower is an amazing new oil that doTERRA has in India now. And this oil, oh my gosh, it has so many health benefits. And not only the ingredients in this oil are going to help soothe digestion, it's going to help with maybe that little extra, got to loosen the belt up a little bit conversation. So if you're looking to help inhibit your fat cell maturation, that's really important to be using this one. So I've been working on trying to keep my I don't know, better
Well,
waistline.
yeah, well, that's so important for your metabolism and
Yeah,
everything.
definitely. And it helps with those who may be struggling with glucose response. Like I want to say, I'm trying really hard to be compliant here, you guys. So I'm just going to give that up and say people who are dealing with like diabetes or heavy weight or something like that, this oil is the go-to. It's a beautiful oil to help support your body. and help you make better choices. Like it really helps me not have those sugar cravings as much. It helps me have a little more energy throughout the day. Sometimes when we're extra hungry, it's because our carb is crashing our body and we need to eat something, and it's not true. Our body is lying to us. So you reach for the MetaPower oil, and this will help support you through those craving times. And this oil, a lot of essential oils that we talked about, like peppermint, is one single oil. Peppermint is one single plant, I mean. And then doTERRA came out with really powerful blends of different single oils to make a nice blend. And this MetaPower is a blend, just like Deep Blue is a blend. And this comes with grapefruit and lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. And just like all those different oils have their own little properties, and they go into your body and work on those different areas that they're supporting. Okay, so how can essential oils help you? So we have this amazing picture of a medicine cabinet, and we want you to think about living an empowered life, like really going after and looking at all the pharmaceuticals, taking and looking at all the cleaning supplies you have in your house and all the shampoos and different things, and taking a look at getting rid of the toxins and putting in natural health solutions. And this is a process. It takes time. You can't just throw everything away. Well, some people do. But be prepared for anything. These essential oils will help you with that. We have self-care. Like I'm telling you, when I was going to doctors and doctors of trying to figure out my stomach issues, self-care was not in my picture. And this was really a huge awareness for me to start really taking care of myself. And what does that look like? And, it really looks like taking on daily habits and using these oils throughout every day and putting them in different areas that you can use.
Yeah, and I would think that when we got introduced to the oils and learning more and more, and we were living a life of convenience. We had a business, we were very busy, but just learning how simple and easy it was to replace toxic products with DoTerra products that were pure and natural, and learning how easy it was to make counter spray cleaner. And how easy it was to replace that toothpaste with the On Guard toothpaste. And just little things like that made such a big difference.
And I think people kind of sometimes take a look at the essential oils and they think that they have this is an additional thing to
Mhm.
their household. Actually, it's a replacement thing,
Exactly.
right? And this slide here is talking about being prepared for anything. And I remember when we first got our first kit, oregano was in there, and I'm like, what do you use oregano for? I don't even like the smell of it. But oregano has so many powerful health benefits for building up your immune
Yeah.
system. And On Guard, that was the key oil to have during the pandemic. And when the pandemic was announced, the On Guard oil flew off the shelves at doTERRA's office, and that was the one first time that that oil was out of stock. And they promised that they would never, ever be out of stock again with On Guard because it's so important during those crisis times globally, right? And so be prepared for anything. You're going to want to have that in stock. Keep that in your medicine cabinet. Keep it in your purse.
Yeah.
Take it with you. Keep it at your office. And digestion. Oh my gosh, you guys, I made a mistake yesterday. See, I had major stomach issues. I use digestion all the time, but over the years, my stomach got so much better. I forget about it. I don't use it anymore. And my mom is visiting with us this summer, and we went out shopping together yesterday, and she got a tummy ache. I don't know if it was from my driving or what, but she got a tummy ache, and she said, "Do you have some digestion on you?" And I'm like, no, I don't. I didn't have digestion on me. So I was a big fail.
Well,
And
you just don't use it every day like you used
yeah,
to. So you don't think about carrying it with you. And that's the thing about having the oils in a convenient spot. And I usually have my little keychain thing and it has the little mini bottles in
yeah,
there.
you should show. Do you have a keychain thing right there?
I I'll look, I don't know. It might be in my truck.
Okay, so
Yeah,
see, is it in this track?
it is in my truck, and that's where I carry it so that I have those 6 or 8 essential oils in that little keychain, in those little tiny bottles. And yeah, and one of the oils I have in there is On Guard and Digestion and Breathe and Tea Tree.
Yeah, so be prepared. That's important. Okay, and then also you want to really think about self-care. And I love this title, Be Refreshed with Self-Care. That is so true. It's like a lot of times we go to work and come home and got to take care of the kids and put them to bed and clean the house and go grocery shopping and blah, 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 blah. We got all this stuff going on all the time. And we need to actually include self-care in our daily habits. And self-care is so important. Like the diffuser, I have that running all the time in the office. And it really does help me with my mental uplift and helping me stay more focused and be on track. And I actually get more things done in a shorter amount of time than I would as I'm struggling along without my oils, right?
Hmm.
And the fractionated coconut oil is a really nice product to have. And also we want to look at daily habits, like like Larry was saying earlier, daily habits. And I find that the biggest struggle that people have with using the oils, I'm going to be honest with you, is that they don't tie them to a habit you already have. So, for example, you brush your teeth every day, put many of the essential oils that you want to put on your body or in, take it internally next to your toothpaste. And then when you morning and night, you take a drop of frankincense. I love to put the MetaPower in my water. You like to put the lemon in your water. So you put it next to the refrigerator. Sometimes you want to put things in the next to your nightstand
Yeah.
in the bedroom so that way that can help you have a better night's sleep. So finding ways to tie it to a habit is super important.
And yeah, and just so that they're available for you when you need them and when that habit tells you, yeah, I should be using this oil at this time.
Perfect. Okay, so what are your top health priorities? Like, what is it that you want to feel less of, and what do you want to feel more of? Like, I want to feel less stressed out. I want to have less stomach cramps, right? I want to feel more energetic. I want to feel less depression. I want to feel more uplifted. I mean, there's so many ways that these oils can help you. And so I want to ask you, let's take a second and really think about what are some of the health concerns that you have going on for you right now, and maybe going on for a family member or a neighbor. It seems like whenever I get together with some of my friends, we always have some health concern to talk about. So I'm right there with my oils to share with them on how they can take on and take control of their health. So as we go through the rest of the slides here, I want you to listen differently. Listen to like how this oil can benefit you. Some of these oils have over 200 healing properties in them or helpful properties to support the body. And so we're just going through a few of those things as each one, right?
Yeah.
And focus on your lifestyle. This is the doTERRA lifestyle chart. I love this lifestyle chart, and it's really the backbone and the foundation of our lives. We have at the bottom is the foundational of nutrition and digestion. And for me, when my stomach issues were so bad, I couldn't sleep at night. I was very irritable. So I was having a hard time with my stress. Nobody wanted to talk to me because and I couldn't exercise. I had no energy to actually exercise. So we like to really talk about the nutrition and digestion first. And again, it's really super key. Then we move up to the movement and metabolism. So do you exercise every day? Larry, you do.
Yeah, yeah, and it's important to exercise and it doesn't have to be anything specific. Do what you enjoy. If you enjoy walking, walk. Other people enjoy running or cycling or whatever activity that you enjoy most, that's what's going to work best for you.
And we have many oils that can help with helping you with workout. Like you said, you use the peppermint for your
Mm.
exercise routine and maybe some deep blue to get those muscles happy.
Yes.
And that's really just a great way to get you up and moving and really important. Rest and managing stress. Sometimes, for me, I still have like my brain just can't shut off. I got all these ideas going on, blah, blah, blah. And if you have that brain chatter, we have amazing oils to help support resting and calming down and really helping control that stress.
Yeah,
It's
Serenity
really,
is a wonderful oil to put on your nightstand
mhm.
or right there when you go to bed.
And reducing toxicity. That includes not only your body, but also your home and your environments around you for helping detox them with chemicals as well as maybe with the harmful pathogens, the viruses and the
Yeah.
bacteria that kind of go on our doorknobs and whatnot. This whole class is about informed self-care. And informed self-care, we are teaching you how to use the oils, and there's millions of ways, right? And so coming to these classes are a great way. We have resources, tools that you can use to help look up different ways to inform yourself. And I believe that it's really important to actually be proactive instead of reactive in our medical care. Like, we're not saying get rid of your doctors, though sometimes we get really mad at them. I mean, Larry had an accident and the doctors were incredible. They sewed him back up. He cut his arm really bad. They sewed him back up, and it was incredible what they can do. I mean, if you get in a car accident, I mean, we really truly are so thankful for our medical system. But we're asking you to take on and take control of your health by being proactive. So, are you ready to discover some simple solutions?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. So, this is my favorite oil, you guys. This is the whole reason why I'm here. Digest Zen oil is a beautiful essential oil blend that has caraway, fennel, ginger, and peppermint even. And the oils that are in this blend are really great for stomach issues. So just by taking 1 or 2 drops and rubbing it on your belly is just incredible. So that would be a topical approach. You can also take 1 drop and put it in your tea or just put it in your mouth internally. And also, just keep it with you. Like, don't ever go outside of the house without it. I know a lot of my friends in India tend to get food poisoning. It's just the what you need to take care of. So, really important. How about this one, Larry?
Breathe is a great essential oil for anybody who may have respiratory issues, whether it be something like asthma or CPOD or things like that. But it is a wonderful oil to diffuse. So if you suffer from breathing issues, get some breathe in that diffuser and let it run all day because it is great. And another good way to take breathe oil is topically. So just to take a drop and to rub it on your chest will really help, support, clear airways. And then if you have a steam shower, you can put it in there too, is a wonderful way to get it aromatically.
Mhm. How about oregano, Larry? What do you like about oregano?
Oregano is such a powerful oil. And the wonderful way that I love to take oregano is, especially when you're starting to feel congested or a cold is starting to get worse, is to do it um, aromatically. But we used and I'm trying to think of that mug method that we tried, and you put it in some really hot water, and I'd put a towel over my head and get several oils, and oregano would be the most powerful oil, and get it aromatically like that. And it really does break up that congestion and start to clear those airways and those sinuses up. And also very good for skin issues for treatments like skin tags or things like that. But it is a very powerful oil. People cook with it, using a drop of it in a recipe, maybe too much. So I've heard a tip is just to tip a toothpick in it and stir that into your recipe or sauces, and then just kind of gauge the strength because it is a very powerful and a very effective oil.
Yeah, crazy oil. It's amazing. It's a must-have as well.
Exactly.
What about tea tree? You love this one
Tea
too.
tree is an everyday oil for me, and it is so good for skin support issues. So any irritations, rashes, even cuts and scrapes, I use tea tree on, and it's good for as a surface cleaner. Sometimes I'll put a few drops into it along with On Guard as a surface cleaner for us. But I one of the issues I had when we first started doTERRA was I had a toe fungus issue. And, I treated it with over-the-counter products with little or no success. But when I added tea tree and did some research through doTERRA, learning which oils were really effective for that particular issue, I made a roller bottle, which proved to be really effective and really improved and supported that toe fungus issue. And I always had that on my nightstand. So when I put my socks on, I roll that tea tree oil with a few other oils that are in that roll-on, and that really helps support. And my toes have never looked better.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. They're looking good.
Exactly.
So if you have people in your family that are dealing with that, like I know I've seen some pretty incredible, disgusting looking things. So it's a great way to do self-care, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and lavender is one of my favorites. Lavender actually is a pharmaceutical grade. It's doTERRA's lavender is so incredibly consistent and so incredibly has like over 200 different benefits this oil is good for, from like skin soothing in case you have minor burns and bites and skin irritations. It's really good for calming and stress relief. I mean, it's good for even, I like to put it in my lavender lemonade. So you can drink it. If you're dealing with sniffles and things, you can rub a drop over the top of your nose and it opens it up because it acts like an antihistamine. This oil is an incredible, beautiful oil. So must have this
We
one.
always have multiple bottles because you got to have one in the kitchen for minor burns and stuff like that. It works wonderful on minor burns that you get in the kitchen from maybe handling a really hot pot or something like that. And then always in the restroom too. So
Yeah.
always have lavender available.
Yeah, it's very, very great. And then Serenity, boy, when I can't turn my brain off, this one is like I put a few drops, rub it on the back of my neck, and it's a super powerful blend of beautiful oils to help with calming you down, quieting the mind, and helping support my sleep. And we like to put it in the diffuser. And what's so nice about this particular diffuser is it's so quiet and it's just wonderful. And also, this is a good one for stress. Okay, an adaptive, adaptive, the name stands for adapting to change. And I really love that because I use this one for my depression. When you have your mind and gut work cohesively together, when your gut's not happy, your brain's not happy. So if you have brain fog, depression, anything like that, we want to also take a look at your gut. But using this adaptive is extremely powerful. I don't know, but um, I work at a suicide prevention center a few days a week to help prevent suicide. And I use this oil all the time. It's incredible. It's made a huge, impactful difference. So, this one is also a must have in everybody's home. People struggle with that now. We have, after the pandemic, so many people are lonely or not getting back into the rhythm of life. We also have this one really powerful for elderly people who may be lonely as well. And so it's just a must-have oil. How about this one, Larry?
Purify is a great oil, and we use them, on those the roller balls that you put in the dryer, and it's great for just having a fresh, clean scent. And it's a wonderful oil too, like to have in the laundry room too, just to diffuse it, and you just get that fresh, clean scent from Purify. So that's what I love about this oil. It's just the cleanness of it. It's hard to describe, but once you get this oil and experience it like that, I mean, you'll know.
Because it has its own beautiful, clean smell. But like when you use like bleach or other chemicals to clean your home, we're kind of like, that's so
Yeah, because we used
toxic.
to use those dryer sheets,
Yeah. Oh,
and we found
horrible.
we found out um, how kind of harmful
The
those were.
dryer sheets, if you're using dryer sheets, throw them away because they have so many chemicals on them, and your skin is the largest organ in your body. And another quick trick for Purify is if you have a spray bottle, you can use that to spray in the toilet before you do your business, and that actually keeps the smell from kind of going in the room.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. You can spray it right in your washer tub too. Is another
Mhm.
good way to use it.
Okay, this is your favorite oil.
My favorite oil is frankincense, and I was just drawn to it the first time I smelled it, and it just the story of frankincense is so powerful for people, and it is wonderful for skin support issues. So I used to use it neat. Now I get a roller ball with it and diffuse and dilute it a little bit to put on skin issues. So it's great for blemishes and things like that, and it just really does support skin issues so wonderfully. Great for cellular health. I use it internally every day. I take 2 drops under my tongue, or I'll use a veggie cap to put the drops into. Sometimes I like it like that, just because it's not always it's a good oil, but some people may not like the taste, so you can use it in a capsule if you want. And it's just so calming and grounding. So it's also wonderful diffused too.
You know, when I saw the kit that the frankincense had was in the kit that you can purchase, I was like, oh my gosh, we can have frankincense. Baby Jesus got frankincense as a gift when he was the Christ child. And I was like, this is a blessing oil. This is just a beautiful oil. Has, with in doubt, you don't know what oil to reach for with a solution, reach for frankincense. It is the one that you can use for so many different
And
things.
it's an oil that we are never out of. If we get low on frankincense, we just immediately place
They
some
get
of this
yelled
oil.
at.
No, it is and that's a wonderful thing about the points that we have too, because we usually use it on oils like frankincense.
Yeah. So On Guard is a beautiful oil. This again, we talked about earlier, it was the very good immune support during the pandemic. And I use this one every day. I love it in my tea and my coffee. And using a drop or two every day is really going to help support your body. And we rarely have the sniffles and stuff. We can go back and forth from India, traveling, all this traveling. And it really seriously is huge for supporting. We get working at the suicide prevention center, there's a lot of kids running around and kids go to school and they get sick and pass germs around. I'm telling you, I don't get sick. It's really crazy. It's amazing. Now, this is another oil that's one of my favorites. It's the Aromatouch oil. It's called the massage blend. And so really great for helping with the calming and supporting the muscles and all that stuff. I mean, you guys, we can go on and on and on with all these oils. There's so many beautiful oils, and we're going to run out of time. I mean, we can go on for hours and hours. So we're just going to kind of keep skipping through here just to kind of give you a breath of some of the oils, like copaiba, Larry.
Copaiba is a great oil, and I use it for muscle and joint care. I have arthritis in a knee, and I don't know what I would do without copaiba.
Copaiba is one for pain support. This one here, when we're talking about CBD or CB2, it's from a tree in Brazil, and it's actually the brother of frankincense. So it actually supports with gut issues, it supports with respiratory issues, and so it's also a really reach for this one as well. Wild orange.
Wild orange is such a wonderful, the aroma of wild orange is just it's I call it my happy oil, and I love to diffuse wild orange, and it's such a clean scent, and it's just so uplifting.
Yeah, and a happy oil is detoxing, so it takes that weight out from you, and it just helps you be uplifted, and it's just
Another great oil to just put in your water too.
yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, fractionated coconut oil is a base oil. We love to use this oil for many things, but when I make roller bottles, I can put some of these oils we talked about and dilute them in a roller bottle to give to the children or adults that have like more sensitive skin. This is a beautiful oil. It's a must-have, and I know many people use it just for their hair and different things too. Okay, so we have a testimony coming on here with Kaylee. Are you there? And let's see if I can open up my list here. And Natalie,
Yeah.
how are you?
Hi, Becky and Larry. It's wonderful to see you and thank you for giving me this opportunity. There are more than 20, 30 oils that I have used, and every oil has a very special way. It works very special way, and every oil is very important. But since I cannot share all at this time, I have selected few oils to share in the group. So I'm very happy to share with all of you here in the group. I had an incredible experience using essential oil, starting with my son, who is 5 years old by that time. He had a persistent pinworm infestation, and the doctor and we parents could not effectively treat him because of the recurring infection, the pinworm, which is very hard to take away by ring what's that, or no worm or whatever which we find in the pharmacy. Now I have decided to try essential oil, specifically on God. And none of them, no one has told me that this is good for pinworm, but I just felt good that it has cinnamon oil, clove oil, and peppermint in it. And it is very good to kill the bacteria and to remove the worm. I feel that way. So I just took that, put it in the water, serve him 2-3 spoons with the water, and I continuously serve him for a week. And I also dilute it with coconut oil, rub it under his feet and in his buttocks area. And to my surprise, that infection was turned down, and that is something surprising that he further he has no complaint of that stomach issue, nausea, or anal leaching. And that is something amazing which I personally has experienced, and I just appreciate and I'm just thankful to God for what he has done naturally. And the other thing is, so time and again, even now I used to serve him sometime, not on the regular basis. And on God oil is also very good for reducing the fever. Sometimes I don't use that medicine. Rather, I use that on guard oil, dilute it in the carrier oil, and then give a nice topical rub on his chest and at the back and under his feet for 3-4 times, and then it can reduce by itself. So that is the amazing experience which I always does with on guard oil. And the other thing is peppermint and frankincense. I love these oils because of its versatility. There is no restriction like you must use this oil only for this purpose. No, not like that. It has a versatility. And it is, I use peppermint to freshen up my stinky feet. That is amazing, which I really experienced by myself, that even that one. My husband has asked me if there is any oil which he can apply for his stinky feet. And I gave him peppermint. That works incredible. That is amazing. Even you can try and you will be very happy doing that. That stinky doesn't come back. Time and again, we use that in before wearing the socks. We use that under the feet, and it is amazing. And of course, the lavender also, lavender and peppermint, and of course that wild orange too. Yeah, so those are the oils I use under my feet, and it removes my stinky feet, and definitely I feel that it is also helping in my internal organs also. And the other thing is the frankincense oil for its anti-proliferative effects and anti-infection. Somehow, even for us in our Nagaland, we use only for the beauty purpose, and somehow that those are the oils which are written in the Bible, and we love it, and we are somehow very religious people, so we love it. But and for that reason, we might the people in my connection might have bought for that purpose, but some amazing testimony has come that frankincense essential oil using 2 drops in the morning and 2 drops in the evening with peppermint has healed the sinuses problem, and that is asthma and sinuses. And that was amazing, and some have get healed, and because of that, many have purchased that frankincense oil, and still it is very much famous and on the top list of buying them. So it's working very much effectively. And the other last oil I would like to share is this Purify. Sometimes you put in the paste and brush your teeth, it will refreshen your mouth throughout the day, and you will really feel freshness, and then you will love it. So taking that small portion of means just a drop or even half of the drop, and only with the touch of your finger, and put it on your tooth, and then brush your teeth, it will just freshen up your teeth, and you will it is also securing your teeth also. So oral health, for the oral health. And the other thing is tea tree. That is an amazing oil which remove all my whiteheads and then blackheads. And then it also helps in removing the lice in the children, and it also helps in working in some fungus infection under your toe, and then the in the fingers. It just worked very well. So there are many things which I cannot say right now, but those are the few selective oils I'm sharing. And the last one is peppermint forever favorite oil for all ages of people, is especially in the comeback travel sickness. It really works in the car. You just take a drop and then rub it. All the people traveling along with you get refreshing, and all this nausea and headache and traveling sickness, it will definitely reduce, and it helps. And that is an experience one I'm sharing. So thank you so much for giving the time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your testimony. And I know you could go on, right? You're so amazing. I didn't even know about purifying your teeth. That's crazy. See, I just learned, and I learned about the blackheads and whiteheads with the tea tree. I didn't know about that either. I should have known that one, but very great. Thank you so much for stepping up and taking on the testimony. She's our wonderful leader up in Nagaland, and we just love that. Okay, so what are health priorities that you have, and how do you get started? So we're going to talk about some kits here real quick. Many people, this is the kit I started out with, and this has the top 10 most used essential oils. doTERRA beautifully designed these kits to get started with, and you can also purchase it with a diffuser if you like. But these oils are in a 5 ml bottle, and in a 5 ml bottle, there is 85 drops or so. And then this kit is the same oils in a 15 ml bottle. So you're getting 3 times more of the volume at 250 drops per 15 ml bottle. And it's only just maybe twice as much, right? So it's a better value buying the bigger kit. People always ask me, well, how much is it a drop? Well, it depends on which kit you buy. It depends on how you purchase your oils. This kit is the most powerful kit, and this one here is really the serious users. Like if you have a family, you need to start with this kit. It comes with the toothpaste, it comes with the deep blue, it comes with this cute little wooden box. It's really fun to have, and the diffuser, and all these beautiful oils. We didn't even talk about many of them. Like there's still some oils we left out. But so another way to take advantage of doTERRA is to join the loyalty reward program. And this loyalty reward program is how you can get deeper discounts by being loyal to doTERRA. If you order every month at least 50 PV, you will get actually the chance to increase your percentages every 3 months or every quarter. So if you're ordering 50 to 100 PV, you get 10% back in PV points that you can use for free product. And then the next quarter, you get 15% back. You guys, all the way up to 30% back after a year's time. So when you join doTERRA, you're actually getting everything at wholesale price. And then you get to take advantage more so with these deeper discounts by ordering every month. So one of the beautiful things that I love about doTERRA is there's another side of the bottle. When these oils are being sourced all over the world, we're actually supporting the farmers, which is so powerful. We pay our farmers, if not twice as much, sometimes 3 times more than other companies pay the farmers. We build hospitals and have food banks and help them with their schools and stuff like that. Like in Nepal, many of you had the opportunity to travel to Nepal, where we source our spikenard, and wintergreen, I believe. And that is just a beautiful way that we take care of our farmers. So when you're buying these oils, you're taking care of the farmers and communities too. So now, whose life do you want to change? Now, just like me, I was working on my body, my health, and then Larry liked the oil, so we started helping him. And then pretty soon my mom, and pretty soon I couldn't keep my mouth shut because I was so busy sharing these oils with people, but I was not going to do the business, right? But it just naturally occurred because these things really work. These oils really work. So changing your life using the lifestyle that we just talked about, putting the oils with every different area of your life is so impactful. You can share these oils with people by having and hosting a class. And if you're interested in hosting a class, we'd love to invite you to do that. And there's nothing more than making a difference for someone who's been struggling for years. Like Kaylee, she was talking about having her son with these health issues for years and not being able to take care of it. It's so, so important. And maybe you can take on and join, like me and Larry have, sold our print shop and changing it, making a huge difference globally, or even just locally. Whatever you decide, we have all these tools, the Live Guide, the Share Guide, and the Build Guide that are really powerful to help you share these oils with people all over the world. So whose life do you want to change? Yeah? Do you want to? Yeah. Bring them to these classes that we're hosting twice a week. Natalie here is also one of our powerful leaders, and I know that we have other global leaders on here. And well as your local leaders, bring them on to the classes, take them to the classes, bring them to convention. Convention's coming up really quick here in November, so consider bringing yourself to the convention, and we'll be announcing that location shortly. And we want to just have you choose doTERRA. Talk to the person who invited you today and have them help you get set up with your account and get your first kit ordered. And we'd love to see you on these calls down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the recording here so that we can turn on the questions.